Have you ever wished you had a secret decoder for your social life? A way to understand why some moments just flow and others, well, don't? It turns out there's actually a blueprint for human connection, and today we're going to unfold it together.
Right? We've all been there. You're in a conversation that's just effortless. It clicks, everything feels easy. And then, maybe an hour later, you're in another one that's just painfully awkward. You walk away scratching your head, wondering, what just happened? What went wrong? It's a totally universal feeling, but what if there was a way to see the hidden structure behind it all?
Well, that's exactly where social engagement theory, or SET for short, comes into play. I want you to think of it like a set of architectural blueprints for our interactions, or maybe like a special pair of glasses that lets you see the hidden framework behind every single conversation, from a quick text message to a deep heart-to-heart talk.
So how does this whole blueprint work? You might be surprised. According to SET, every single social interaction, no matter how simple or how complicated it feels, is built from just three basic, fundamental building blocks. That's it. Just three.
First up, we have action. Pretty straightforward, right? This is the what. It's the specific thing that you and the other person are actually doing. Are you grabbing coffee? Are you collaborating on a spreadsheet at work? Are you, arguing about a movie over text? The action is the task at hand.
Then there's relation. This is the who. It's all about your connection to the person you're with. Is this your best friend of 20 years? Your brand new boss? A family member? A total stranger on the bus? That context, that relationship, completely changes the entire dynamic of the interaction. And finally, we have the settings. This is the where and the when. And this is bigger than just the room you're in. It covers the whole environment. Are you in a quiet office or a loud park? Is it a digital space, like a Zoom call or a chaotic group chat? It even includes the time of day and the tools you might be using. So you see how these three things, action, relation, and settings, come together to form this inseparable triangle? You really can't have one without the other two. The theory uses this great container metaphor. Basically, when you start an interaction, you're stepping into three invisible containers all at once: the action container, the relation container, and the settings container. And together, they define the rules and boundaries of that moment. Okay, so we've got our three building blocks: action, relation, settings. Got it. But here's where this framework gets really powerful. It's when we start combining them. By pairing up these components, we create three brand new, super powerful lenses for seeing our social world in a completely different way. Let's break this down. When you combine the action, what you're doing, with the relation, who you're with, you get the experience. This is the subjective feel of it all. Is it fun? Is it tense? Is it supportive? Next, combine the action with the settings. That gives you information. This is all about how that action is being presented, shared, and understood. And finally, you pair the relation with the settings. That creates identity, the specific social hats we wear, the personas we adopt for that specific situation. And this idea of identity is so important that we need to clarify one thing. SET makes this really crucial distinction between a fixed social role, like being a teacher or a parent, and a much more fluid persona. A persona is temporary. It's situational. Think about being a mentor for just 1 hour, or an online community moderator for a specific forum. This idea of flexible personas is absolutely key to understanding our social lives today, especially in the digital world. All right, now for what I think is the most practical, most useful part of this whole theory: figuring out what's happening when things just go wrong. This is where we need to talk about the concept of mismatch. Mismatch. That is the official technical term for that cringy, gut-wrenching, awkward feeling you get when something is just off. It's what happens when those three building blocks, action, relation, and settings, are out of alignment. They just don't fit together. And honestly, it is the source of so much social friction and conflict. Let's make this real. Check out these examples, because I'm willing to bet you have seen or even lived through something like these. Sharing a deeply personal secret in the all-hands professional group chat? Oof, that's a classic information setting mismatch. Private stuff in a public space. Or how about trying to have a serious business negotiation at a loud, wild party? That's an action setting mismatch. The environment just doesn't support the task. And finally, acting like you're best friends forever during a formal parent-teacher conference? Yeah, that's a relation setting mismatch. The way you're acting doesn't fit the context. Seeing it laid out like this makes it so clear, doesn't it? But here's the good news. SET isn't just a tool for diagnosing problems. That's only half the story. It's actually a constructive blueprint. Because once you can spot a mismatch, you can start proactively designing better, more effective, and way more satisfying interactions. And that really is the ultimate goal, isn't it? By consciously thinking about the action, the relation, and the settings, and making sure they all line up, we can literally engineer more successful social outcomes. We can design interactions that dissolve that awkward pressure and create a real sense of connection and satisfaction. And I want to be clear, this is not just some abstract academic theory. The real-world applications are massive. People use this to design better social media platforms that actually encourage healthy interactions. It's used to build AI chatbots that feel more natural and helpful. It helps structure meetings at work so they're not a waste of time. And on a personal level, it can help you figure out what went wrong in a tough conversation so you can make it better next time. So there you have it, the fundamental blueprint for human connection. It gives you the tools not just to analyze your social world, but to actively build it. So the next time you're heading into a big meeting or a first date or even just a casual chat, just think for a second. What's the action? What's the relation? And what are the settings? And how can I make them all click? Because you have the blueprint now. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?